The national think tank for small business, the MTG, today gave a commentary about the virus situation.
Hi, I'm Stuart Ballantyne from the MTG. I was in Clydebank in Scotland in the early 70s when the government closed down the shipyards, putting thousands out of work. Despite the safety net of the dole, I personally witnessed the immediate increase in domestic violence, home invasions, and suicides. In 1989, my small business was a victim of Keating's recession that we had to have. And even with the safety net of the dole, again, I witnessed a spike in crime, home invasions, and suicides, even a couple of friends. I was in Venezuela 4 years ago, witnessing Maduro's socialist state at work with millions out of a job, a currency worth nothing, high crime rates, including daylight kidnapping of anyone worthwhile. And for anyone with the urge to vote for socialists, please run your head into a brick wall repeatedly until that urge subsides. Once again, I am watching hundreds of thousands being laid off and can predict, even with government handouts, there will be a spike in crime and suicides. Is this a medical epidemic or a political pandemic? Why is the media hysterically screaming about the number of infections in New York and Italy instead of frightening the wits of our population, including our politicians? Please tell us the number of people that die daily in Australia, which is around 450. Flu victims averaging 10 a day, and COVID-19 is running at 1 a day. The medicos in the MTG assure me that many people in nursing homes have serious conditions that they could be bowled over with a very hot curry or a mild flu. So the number of COVID-19 deaths of healthy Australians is even lower than the present stated numbers. So is this a good reason to surrender our economy, or do we follow the other nations? There's an old Scottish saying, only the dead fish go with the flow. But we should be following the success of Taiwan, yes, with hygiene restrictions and temperature checks and hand washing at the entrance of every establishment without closing down the economy. I am one of the vulnerable people, having passed my warranty date, but I would rather face more vulnerability than encumber my kids and grandkids with a mountain of debt that they will never be able to climb over. Let's get back to work now. We remind the National Committee that where there is no vision, the people perish. So how about showing some leadership and some spine and winding back the EPA overreach that is obstructing $65 billion worth of projects? How about embracing our huge nuclear potential and low-energy, emissions-free power that we need and deserve? Unlike the 2 million bureaucrats in comfortable security, it's the 5 million Australians in small business that are bearing the brunt of the dithering inaction to our successful capping of this virus, and we need to rectify this as soon as possible. We need to lift the country out of this negativity and stop state government's nonsense of arresting old ladies and reading books on park benches, sell the ABC, etc. So media and politicians get a grip.
Authorised by Art Wilkes, Senior Vice President, MTG.